Portico Quartet may have escaped the attention of many, at least until now. As part of the vibrant post-jazz scene that's bubbling away under the radar in the UK, their music is fresh, exciting, and reflects a whole world of influences that are much greater than jazz. Well, this is the life, all right. We're around the back of the East Beach Cafe and we're with the Portico Quartet just before they play another gig this evening. How are we, gentlemen?
Very well, thanks. Very
good.
Very good.
How's things been since we first crossed paths at the launch?
Great.
Good,
yeah, really
like,
good.
You've been capitalising on
busy,
it.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So you've had a few gigs already this weekend.
Yeah, we played the Shoreditch Festival yesterday.
Yeah.
And then straight on to here.
Yeah. Good. Well, it's good.
Non-stop.
I'm glad to hear you've had an enjoyable summer and you've been putting your nose to the grindstone. Let's have a little chat. I mean, I know we've only got a few minutes because you're about to go on, but just had a little chat about the album and the sort of the shortlisting and what have you. One of the things that you said when we were at the launch that really interested me, and is I've listened to the album slightly differently since, is when you were saying it's kind of proof, well, not proof, but it's just not an inherited American tradition.
Right.
And that kind of, then listening back to that, I've kind of listened to it with different ears from them, you know, and I can really hear what I think maybe some of the influences are and the way you've sort of been going about writing. I mean, just things like, for example, say, more beat-orientated production guys like cinematic orchestra and things like that. Yeah. Was that like an influence in the way you went about writing it and arranging it?
I think, actually, in terms of my playing, my sax playing, I think he was the guy Tom Chant.
Tom Chant,
yeah. Like a massive influence. Really wrote his style. I guess that's because it's kind of like, I suppose a lot of our stuff is groove based.
Yeah.
Same as cinematic is as well, and he's always playing over quite similar grooves. So my playing, definitely.
Oh, there you go.
I think as much from bands like EST as well, from Scandinavia. Scandinavia has its own, great history of jazz, very independent from America.
Yeah.
So just all the sounds that have developed there, I think there's bits of them in there as well.
Yeah. So you recorded the album over 2 sessions, is that right?
Yeah, we did. We clubbed together all our student loans at uni.
Right, so that was a case of necessity. There was no like master plan of like, we'll do a little bit at the start of the year, we'll go away, we'll think about it, and then come back to it.
We did a session where we got the bulk of it down,
right.
And then we just did it off our own backs with the inkling that we would look to license it later in the year, and then sure enough, we sat on it, listened to it for 6 months, and then Babel came along in conjunction with the Vortex Jazz Club.
In Dalston.
And then with that in mind, we just went back to the studio, having listened to it for 6 months, and changed a few things, remixed a few bits and pieces.
It's quite interesting because a lot of albums kind of you write the songs, you get them recorded, and it's kind of done. But it seems interesting that there's that period of like the 6 months, like you say, where it kind of almost like a gestation period. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really helpful, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite hard when you're sort of in the process to sort of analyse it really well. 'Cause you get when you've listened to a song over again all day, you just you don't know anymore. You know,
you need a bit of distance from it.
Yeah, it becomes impossible. Yeah.
So
it's really helpful actually, I think.
And you come back a few months later and you can actually see it more objectively, I suppose.
And you kind of produced it all yourselves as well.
We did in conjunction, alongside the engineers, a guy called Sonny. That happened quite naturally.
Yeah.
You know.
How does that work, like dynamically? Is it like one of you takes control, or is it very much like a sort of a group effort?
I think it's pretty much a group effort.
I think Milo came to the fore at different points in the production. Decision making.
Yeah, well, everyone had their input, but I think it was everyone's kind of first experience of actually being in a studio like this. So I imagine, you know, it's this next album. It would definitely be like very much an equal input, and plus, you know, we're thinking about using a producer as well. So that's going to change, like, you know.
It always does when you've got someone else's ears.
Yeah, someone's different perception of what the band should sound like, or what it can sound like. It's going to change it kind of quite a lot. So I'm really up for those ideas. Someone just bouncing those ideas of us and us just going, let's try it. So the next album, it's going to be just experimenting rather than just a document of just tracks. Because I mean, the album's cool, but it doesn't really have it's not like a work, you know, like other albums are. And I think this one will have a lot more kind of concept to it.
Right. Okay. So would you say that it's more of, Knee Deep in the North Sea is more of a collection? It's like songs and jams that you've been working on as like a playing and gigging band, and that's how it's come about.
You know, the first album of a band is probably often like that.
It's the set, isn't it?
We just got to the point where I was like, just whack microphones in front of it, play it. And as such, I'm really pleased with it.
It's really like kind of definitely like our whole model was kind of a do-it-yourself kind of thing, where like when we were busking, like burning CDs off and like using the MySpace a lot as well. I think
well, that's kind of the way
the
music
album's kind of like that as well. Just like a collection of these tracks, funded it for our student loans. And
Well, look, now you're selling millions and millions of copies of records. You can get into Abbey
Billions,
Road. You can get the helicopter into Abbey Road and what have you.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it. Well, look, we won't keep you because you've got this concert. I might go for a bit of I don't know about Knee Deep in the North, so I'm going to get waist high in the English Channel.
No. I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to do that. I don't have time, man.
But you saw how grey and brown and just generally freezing it is.
I'm well up for it, but apparently there's this current that like takes you along the bay as well.
So you didn't have to swim?
Yeah, exactly.
You could just lie
chill out, lie down. But I don't think we've got time. We've got to play, unfortunately.
Such is life. Such is life. Well, a pleasure to bump into you again.
Cool.
And we'll do likewise in September at the launch.
Look forward to it.